Harry accused of bribing the DHS to delay deportation before sorting out divorce property with Meg ended. Prince Harry's immigration records case will be held in Washington, D.C. federal court in front of a US federal judge at 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, June the 6th in Courtroom 17. The hearing will be open to the press. According to reports, the US government will appear in court next week to answer questions over Prince Harry's visa application, after he detailed his drug use in his tell-all memoir. The case has been brought by the conservative think tank the Heritage Foundation, which is demanding the release of the Duke of Sussex's American visa application. A federal judge in Washington will hear arguments from the Department of Homeland Security and the Heritage Foundation on Tuesday, June the 6th, deciding whether to compel officials to release the Duke's immigration records to the public. The hearing is the first of what's likely to be many more motions and hearings. Judge Carl J. Nichols, appointed to the court by Donald Trump, is expected to make a written statement at a later date. It comes as a new report from a source close to the Heritage Foundation reveals that the agency suspects that Harry used some dubious authority or bribed the authorities to delay his deportation when he didn't have a visa. Another source said that it's possible that Harry will accept the deportation, but his divorce proceedings with Meghan haven't ended yet. If he were to leave the US now, Meghan would run away with their pile of possessions. Therefore, it's best to let the asset division process go through. Imagine if Meghan gets a troll farm behind this, because she'd benefit the most if he was deported. Best of both worlds. Like a divorce, but with all of the same control over him. The US government has so far refused to release it, despite a Freedom of Information request. Thousands of legal immigrants are waiting in line in the US to get their green cards because the legal process is slow. They lose their jobs when their visas run out and are handed a flight ticket back outside the US. They're very much law-fearing people. Laws don't apply to illegal immigrants by definition. Refugees get a chance to prove it, and some politicians protect the poor ones for pandering purposes, and some protect the rich. Laws apply to every other immigrant. It sounds very much like the DHS knows there's no way they're going to come out of this unscathed, and are just trying to delay as long as possible. If Heritage ever gets close to winning, then Harry would end up leaving for some unknown, totally mysterious reason that we'd never know. And the DHS would then argue that the relevance is over and shouldn't be obligated to release files on a person who's no longer within the country. Any which way, we'll never know. Niall Gardner, director of the Margaret Thatcher Centre for Freedom at the Heritage Foundation, said the hearing was a very significant development. He wrote that the Prince Harry immigration records case will be held in Washington, D.C. federal court in front of a US federal judge. He also announced the proceedings will be open to the press. Past drug use can be grounds to deny a visa application for the US. It comes amid an ongoing High Court trial involving the Duke, in which he's bringing a contested claim against Mirror Group newspapers over allegations of unlawful information gathering.